Hey everyone! Welcome to Update X24H, your go-to channel for the latest news, hottest dramas, breaking stories, and all the buzz from the world of entertainment. We're here to keep you updated, entertained, and always in the loop. Hit that subscribe button and join our growing family. Because here at Update X24H, we bring you the news that matters, the drama you love, and the stories you can't miss. Thanks for being part of our community. Let's stay connected, stay updated, and keep the good vibes rolling.
Stop everything you're doing, because the entertainment world has just been shaken to its core. Imagine one of China's most admired male stars, Liu Yunning, walking into Zhao Lusi's private home, carrying grocery bags, rolling up his sleeves, and cooking for her all day long. Yes, you heard that right. The man who usually conquers the stage and drama screens has now become a chef in Zhao Lusi's kitchen. But is this just friendship? Or are we witnessing the beginning of the most unexpected love story in Chinese entertainment? Stay with Update X24H, because what we are about to reveal will leave you speechless. When news broke that Liu Yunning had been seen walking into Zhao Lusi's private residence in Beijing, it did not feel like the typical celebrity sighting. It carried the weight of something much more personal, intimate, and deliberate. This was not the usual glamorous arrival of a star surrounded by cameras, assistants, and flashing lights. Instead, witnesses described a man who seemed to step out of his own world of red carpets and concert stages and slip quietly into a different role, one that spoke of familiarity and care. He was dressed in the kind of casual clothing that would barely draw attention in a busy city, an oversized hoodie and a cap pulled low to shield his face. Yet no disguise could hide the striking image of a household name carrying several heavy bags filled with groceries. Those who saw him reported that the bags were not just filled with ordinary items. There were bundles of fresh vegetables, neatly packed spices, and ingredients of remarkable quality that suggested careful selection, rather than a hurried trip to the nearest store. To many observers, it was not the act of a man stopping by for convenience, but of someone who had a purpose and a plan. The sight sparked immediate curiosity. Why would one of the most sought-after actors in China, a man whose daily schedule is packed with rehearsals, recordings, and endorsements, invest his time in such a simple, almost domestic task? As he entered the building, neighbors recalled how his presence seemed at once unassuming and impossible to ignore. Here was a star at the peak of his fame choosing to step into the private world of another, not for a scripted role, but for something that appeared genuine. Hours later, the decision became even more fascinating when the aroma of cooking began to drift through the hallways. Garlic, peppers, and rich spices carried on the air, a reminder to every passerby that behind the closed doors of Zhao Lusi's home, something remarkable was happening. For fans and industry watchers alike, this single morning visit opened a flood of questions. Was it friendship, romance, or something yet undefined? More importantly, it revealed a side of Liu Yunning rarely seen. The man beyond the stage lights, making choices that spoke of intention, care, and perhaps a willingness to risk being discovered. In a world where stars are often carefully managed and shielded from scrutiny, this unguarded act stood out as both surprising and deeply human, leaving the public eager for answers that no photograph alone could provide. The moment the sounds of pans clattering and the scent of rich spices began seeping through Zhao Lusi's apartment, the story of Liu Yunning's visit shifted from curiosity to fascination. It was not just the fact that he had arrived with groceries, but the intention that unfolded behind closed doors. Liu Yunning, celebrated for his voice and his commanding screen presence, revealed another side of himself that few outside his inner circle had ever witnessed. His passion for cooking has been mentioned briefly in past interviews, almost as a passing detail, but on this day it became a living reality. Neighbours later spoke of the unmistakable aroma of Hunan cuisine, a style deeply rooted in Zhao Lusi's home province, filling the hallways with a warmth that seemed far too personal to be coincidental. What made this moment powerful was not the act of cooking itself, but the meaning it carried. For a man at the height of fame, every move is measured, every appearance scrutinized. Yet here he was, spending hours in a kitchen rather than on stage, investing himself in a ritual usually reserved for family or the closest of friends. Cooking can be many things: a necessity, an art, or an expression of care. In this case, it seemed to be all three. The choice of ingredients, the traditional recipes, and the patience required to prepare them suggested intention. It was not a hurried meal. It was a gesture designed to comfort, to connect, and perhaps to impress. To those who heard the story, the image of Liu Yunning as a chef was almost disarming. Fans are accustomed to seeing him styled in designer suits, performing under bright lights, projecting confidence and charisma. The contrast of imagining him bent over a stove, chopping vegetables, and stirring pots was both unexpected and strangely intimate. It offered a glimpse of a man willing to strip away the glamour of celebrity to embrace something ordinary and real. This act raised as many questions as it answered. Was he sharing his culinary passion simply as a friend? Or was this an attempt to create a memory that would linger far longer than a fleeting conversation? The symbolism of food as comfort and connection is universal, and in this case it carried the weight of unspoken emotion. What took place in Zhao Lusi's kitchen that day may never be fully revealed, but for those who followed the story, it painted Liu Yunning not only as a star but as a man capable of tenderness, creativity, and a quiet vulnerability that resonated far beyond the headlines. What startled the entertainment world even more than the sight of Liu Yunning carrying groceries into Zhao Lusi's apartment was the undeniable timing of it all. Both stars, known for being relentlessly busy and carefully managed, were expected elsewhere that very day. Liu Yunning had been scheduled for a high-profile magazine photo shoot in Shanghai, a commitment that would have amplified his image as one of China's most marketable male leads. Zhao Lusi, equally in demand, was set to appear at a brand event in Guangzhou, the kind of public engagement that sustains her reputation as a rising icon of style and youth. Yet, against all expectations, neither showed up. Instead, the two found themselves in the same city, behind the same closed doors, far away from the cameras that were meant to capture them elsewhere. For fans and industry insiders, this coincidence was too deliberate to ignore. In the tightly orchestrated world of celebrity schedules, where every hour is tied to contracts and sponsorships, such sudden cancellations are not made lightly. The decision to forego appearances worth millions in publicity revealed priorities that reached beyond professional duty. It hinted at something personal, something powerful enough to disrupt the machinery of fame. What could have been important enough to risk questions from sponsors, disappointment from fans, and the curiosity of the media? This clash between public expectation and private choice struck a nerve. It exposed the fragile balance celebrities maintain between their carefully curated careers and the simple human need for connection. To some, the timing suggested recklessness, even defiance, as if both were prepared to gamble their spotless reputations for the sake of one unguarded day together. To others, it felt deeply moving, an act of courage that whispered of authenticity in an industry built on appearances. The timing itself became a story within the story. It was not merely that Liu Yunning cooked and Zhao Lusi welcomed him. It was that they chose to be together at a moment when the world expected them apart. This quiet act of alignment, hidden from the stage yet impossible to conceal once revealed, raised more questions than it answered. Was it love, friendship, or a carefully calculated collaboration? Whatever the truth, the timing alone suggested that their bond, whatever form it takes, holds a significance that cannot easily be dismissed. As soon as the photos hit social media, fan communities exploded. Some cheered wildly, calling it a real-life drama, sweeter than any script. They wrote messages like, "If he cooks for her, then it must be true love." But others were shaken. Liu Yunning's image as a bachelor heartthrob has been key to his career, especially for fashion endorsements. Zhao Lusi represents independent, career-driven young women. A confirmed relationship could change how brands market them, and potentially cost millions in deals. Some fans even expressed heartbreak, fearing betrayal of the clean, professional images they had long believed in. The fandom is now split, romance dreamers versus career protectors. But let's not jump to conclusions. What if this isn't romance at all? Some insiders whisper about an upcoming joint drama project. Imagine the perfect way to build chemistry before cameras roll. Others suggest it might be related to a food or lifestyle collaboration, since Liu Yunning's passion for cooking is no secret. There's also a fascinating possibility. Could this be a carefully calculated PR move? After all, both stars are currently at the height of their fame. A shocking story like this, right before major casting announcements for 2026 dramas, ensures their names dominate headlines worldwide. And this isn't just a Chinese story anymore. Liu Yunning and Zhao Lusi both have massive international fan bases. From the US to Korea, Japan, Southeast Asia, Australia, Europe, and beyond. International fans often react differently compared to Chinese audiences. Some welcome celebrity romances, while others see them as career risks. This cultural contrast makes their situation even more delicate. A single photograph can bring joy in Paris, shock in Seoul, and endless debates in Los Angeles. Their management teams now face a global balancing act. Protect their clients' brands while not denying the undeniable. So what does it all mean? Did Liu Yunning simply cook a thoughtful meal for a friend? Or did we just witness the soft launch of China's most talked about new couple? One thing is certain: yesterday's kitchen aromas have left the entire entertainment industry hungry for answers. This story isn't over. It's just the beginning. Thank you for watching Update X24H, where we bring you the stories that others only whisper about. If you enjoyed this update, make sure to hit that subscribe button, give us a like, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss the latest news in Asian entertainment. We appreciate your support, and together, let's keep uncovering the stories behind the spotlight. See you in the next update.